Hey everybody, this is Dave again from Wet Fly Swing and the flytyingmentor.com, and today we're going to do a Prince Nymph, and this is a sweet little pattern that definitely pretty much dominates. So what we're using here is a 3906B size 12 hook from Mustad and 1/8 inch brass bead, a gold bead here. So we're going to just start with our thread base, and what we're going to start with here is goose biots, and this is kind of the back, the tail part will go back to the bend, and what we're going to do here is take some of these goose biots, and you can see we're going to take off a couple, and the sizing as you get towards the top it gets thinner, as you get kind of in the middle it's thicker, and then thicker at the bottom. So we're going to take, you can see, kind of right in the middle, depending on the size. If you're doing a small, really small fly, you don't want to go with some of these from more of the middle or the upper part. So we're going to cut off a couple of these. These biots can be a little tricky, but as you can see there's a little bit of a bend on them, so we want that bend to be going away from the fly. So basically right now we put this in and it's bending. I'll show you. If you look at it like this, we're going to put these on so they sit like that. See that bend? Basically bending away from the hook. So what we do here is we just put them on there. The tail's going to be about the length of the hook shank. And what we do is just set the first one on right on the side, get about the length. Just pinch it with our finger and then pull tight. Sometimes it'll swing on you, so you got to just kind of adjust it and wrap around. Pull tight, 2, 3, 4. And as you pull tighter, it kind of splays it out, and I'll show you. See that, how it's kind of splayed out? And the other one, we'll just put this on the opposite side, same length. We'll do the same thing. We'll just pinch it with our finger there on the back side, do a loose wrap, 1, and then as we pull tighter, 2, 3, 4, and just make sure to hold it so it doesn't spin on you. Okay, so we'll get that. We'll get those on secure. You see that? So now we got 2. There's the tails. We'll cut these off, and on this fly you can put lead wire if you want to weight it. We're just going to go unweighted fly here, other than the bead, and go back up, cover that up. So now we got our tail. We're situated. Now we're going to grab some medium gold tinsel, and any medium gold tinsel will do. And on this, again, you can use, if you want to, go ahead and use gold wire, copper wire, whatever you want to do, if you want to add a little bit of weight. But we're just going to go with some gold oval tinsel. Tie that on there again. Then we're just going to get some peacock curls. This is just strung peacock. We're going to take, we'll take 3 or 4 of these guys, and get these white pieces we want to cut off at the front. So just cut those off until, so you got plenty of room. Then we're going to wrap this in, and we've talked about some tips on securing the peacock, but you can do a thread base, but we're just going to just wrap it as normal. And you can also, if it comes undone, you can always spin it, but I think just, a lot of times you can just tie it like normal. It makes it a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. We're going to tie that in, get our peacock, make it real, you can see kind of an even. If you're going to make it, and you just see that peacock broke on us, that's why peacock is really fine. You gotta be careful when using it. So tie that off. We'll cut this off. And now, again, as we do a lot of times, you can counter wrap this just to secure it a little more. I'm going to, you can see this is pretty thick stuff, so I'm going to just all you need with this stuff is like 3 Just about three wraps. Doesn't take much. You know, and on this stuff again, you know, there's, if you wanted to go with some thinner stuff, you could do that, and then you can get a few more wraps in. In this situation, we're just going to stick with that. Now the brown hackle we're going to go with is just a real basic. You don't need a fine, fancy hackle here. This is just some old saddle hackle we had. What we're going to do is cut off the end, the fluffy stuff. Make a little, pull a little anchor off, and if you want to make it secure a little more, you can cut off a few of these guys, so you have a little tie-in. I'm going to tie that in right there. We'll take our hackle pliers, and really this is not much on the turns. You're only going to get, this is a pretty small one, so maybe a couple turns, just to build up that little throat, that throat in the front. Get that on there, a couple wraps. We'll cut off our excess. And then we grab your 3 fingers, done this before, grab these 3 fingers and put it over and tie it, hold it back at a 45 so you can wrap back over it. That gets the hackle down, so there you go. Now you've got your little hackle. Now we go with white goose biots, and this, again, these on the front I might go sometimes a little bit thicker as far as width in the back, but again I'm still taking it from about the middle. And we're going to do the same thing, cut off a couple. And when you do these, what you do, I'll turn it to show you, you put these on top but lay them so they cross the body, see, like that. So, and then the other one will go the other way across. And that's how you want these angled. So you want the tips to go just back to the back of the body, kind of into the tail. Then you again put your finger on top, hold it, and then do 1 wrap. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can almost kind of see, and that's pretty tight. It's not moving much. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. This time I'm going to cross over and go the other way. Make sure it's even. I'm going to go 1. Get it up. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's tight. Then we're going to come here and cut these guys off. Cut them nice and tight. And once that's done, come back, cover it up with your thread. There might be a little bit left there on top, but that's okay. You can cover it out, cut that up with glue. 2, 3, 4, 5. Got our bead. You can see on this guy now, you can see the top. See how that lays? You got 2 tails, and then that's how that should sit back in the back. And there you go. That's your Prince Nymph on a little size 12, the fine with the peacock, and this is a little killer little pattern. It sits just like that in the water. Nice little nymph that can be fished a lot of different ways, suggests a lot of different patterns. So there you go. Give it a shot. Let me know if you have questions. You can check back with us at flytyingmentor.com. If you have any questions or want to take a look at some of the materials for this, or pick those up, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, guys.